Why do you love metal? It's a question that metalheads get asked all the time, a question that has as many answers as there are metalheads. You can love Black Sabbath, Lamb of God, and Meshuggah, but the specific reasons you love each band may intersect very little, if at all. The purpose of this show is to dig into the question, to explore and celebrate the vast stylistic variety within the metal genre. So, why do you love metal? Let's find out on 5 songs. All right, here we are, another episode of 5 Songs. I am your host, Kevin Tulppo, and my guest today is Joey Davis, guitar player for one of the guitar players in Traumatize. Welcome to the show, Joey.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
As you all know by now, Joey has brought in 5 metal tunes that he likes, that he digs for whatever reasons, and we're going to talk about them a bit and listen to them and talk about them a little bit more. So, without further ado, the first song on your list here is an old tune from Kiss called Detroit Rock City. Tell us, what do you like about this song, Joey?
Well, I was about 3 or 4 years old. My mom had the 8-track, and by then, you know how to stick 8-tracks in, showing age, but whatever. And I remember hearing that guitar solo and the breakdown in the song where you hear that drum solo just doom 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 doom. From then, I was just like, oh, that's what I want to do. Like I love this. And I must have broke that tape probably 3 or 4 times before my mom said screw it and bought another one.
Yeah, I had a couple of cassettes like that I finally got on CD.
Yeah.
It's all digital, so you don't have to worry about breaking shit.
Right, I still have a plethora of cassettes.
Right on. All right, well, let's fire it up and let's do it then. This is Kiss, Detroit Rock City. All right, that was Detroit Rock City. Kiss, classic old stuff.
Yeah, that was the trigger. That was the starter.
Yeah, that's Kiss is another one of those like fucking iconic, I mean like just iconic American 70s era like man. I mean these guys are packing arenas and they had the huge stage show. The costumes and the makeup, and I was the kid that I was like, this doesn't do nothing for me.
Right. See, now that's what, it just wasn't enough. So that's what drove me into, of course, like all the classic bands, like Zeppelin and shit like that. Of course, it's passed through my veins and shit, but I needed more, I needed heavier. And then I found Sabbath.
Yeah. Speaking of, nice segue, see?
Thank you. I was really nervous and thought long and hard about this.
For a guest host spot one of these days.
Insert plug
nice
here.
Job. So next up we got Black Sabbath, making Black Sabbath and Ozzy specifically has been on several times. Right. Totally understandable. I've actually been listening to a lot of Black Sabbath myself lately. I've been listening to the stuff that they did after Ozzy. Cause
well, some of that's good too, like the Dio years.
Everybody knows by now that I'm not that I'm not like an Ozzy fan, so,
right?
So I never really got into Black Sabbath because of that, just because I never liked Ozzy. But a lot of the stuff that they like Ozzy with Dio or Black Sabbath with Dio. Good God, man!
Dehumanizer. That whole album just kicks ass. So
yeah, right
it's
on.
89, I think it came out, or 90, something like that.
Yeah. But all that aside, I didn't want to mean to derail it. The song that you chose from Black Sabbath is "Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath," which
absolutely,
that's like
it's evil, it's heavy, and it's Black Sabbath made like their songs like horror movies. They wanted their music to scare you, and I liked that kind of stuff. Growing up, I was always watching horror movies, and my mom let me whatever and would explain to me, oh, look at that, and I'm like, no, this is cool. Nightmares weren't a factor,
Right.
But the song Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, that was just that the guitar riff was just like it. And when I first got a guitar, it wasn't like Smoke on the Water I wanted to learn or Iron Man. I wanted to play that. I wanted to play that kind of stuff.
Right, I hear you. No, I mean the first song when I first got a guitar, the first song I taught myself how to play was "Circle of the Tyrants."
Nice, wow.
I mean, because that's the beautiful thing about a lot of that early extreme metal is just, it's not really complicated stuff. It's just it just has a different tonal quality to it.
Exactly. It depends on where you have your hand and how fast you can go.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Let's jump into this one. This is Black Sabbath doing "Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath."
The racing from the moon is red.
All right, Black Sabbath, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. You know, even though I, like I was saying, I'm not like the biggest Ozzy fan. Like I still do love the Black Sabbath stuff
For sure.
I just think that you know, just it's unfortunately kind of just tempered by my dislike of Ozzy. So you know,
Right.
I mean, but musically, like we were talking, you know, before we even started recording, we were talking about the Anthrax cover, and it's just, I mean, it's a fantastic song. It's a great song. You know, I mean, especially for when it was done, just like the soup, you know, the super heavy.
Right.
It's just
amazing track, man.
Yeah, it is really, really good stuff. Moving along, next up on your list is Metallica. Mm-hmm. The early Metallica, the Four Horsemen from the Kill 'Em All album, which for my money is still, I mean, still, what was it, like 83 when that thing came out?
Yeah.
It's still just it's the rawness and intensity of that album.
Yeah, if you're in a pissed off mood and you want to thrash, come home and put that motherfucker in the stereo and then go. You know, it's still like going through all my music and like, okay, you know, what was it? You know, the Four Horsemen, that gallop, that that was like, I got to learn how to do that. You know?
Want to hear the first time I ever even heard of Metallica? Mm-hmm. I was walking to school. I was walking to the bus stop to go to school.
Right.
And there was the cassette for Kill 'Em All was just laying there on the fucking sidewalk. Like
it was calling you,
like
dude.
The universe wanted me to have it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like the first time I like heard Metallica though, I was watching Headbangers Ball. It was like in '88 or '89, and they
back
played
back before the Def Leppard incident.
Right. Exactly. And they had their one and only video, and it was one, no pun intended. And I remember sitting there watching that video quietly, just so intently, and then at the end of it, I was still like, whoa. What the fuck did I just watch?
It's a powerful song and a powerful video.
Exactly, and
unfortunately,
that was going to be one of my picks, but I'm like not putting
that
Metallica
got them
on there.
but that you know that got them their critical acclaim, and then they
Absolutely.
just decided to become a fucking radio rock band, which is sad.
It is sad but true. See what I did there? Feces. Anyway, you know.
All right. Anyway, so Four Horsemen. What is it about this song in particular?
It's the gallop, the crazy solos. Like it's probably Kirk Hammett's best. Now it's just wah pedaling and how fast can I go, but just the gallop in it, the breakdown, just the whole song. It seems like it's classically produced. You know, like written tastefully. You know, like for heavy metal.
Right.
Know?
Right.
And it was just. To me, it was groundbreaking because, you know.
Oh, well, I think it absolutely was in terms of you know, the tonal qualities and you know, kind of getting a handle on how to mix and produce.
Exactly.
You know, like basically a totally new sounding genre of music. You know,
right.
I mean. It was still, you know, up until the late 1990s where people were still trying to figure out how to properly mix like death metal bands and blast beats so they sound good and everything. It's, you know,
yeah, it's tough stuff, you know. But the whole song is just a driving force, and the lyrics are written well too because it tells the story of the Four Horsemen, you know, and all the biblical fear stuff they used to try to put on you, you know, and it's as a kid, but it's like. It's everything all around. It's just the song makes sense. It's great, and you can really, you know, thrash to it and bang your head until your neck breaks, you know. And,
right on.
And then it gives you a break, you know. It gives you a break in the middle of the song, and it's just so cool, man.
Right on. All right, let's listen to it then. Turn this shit up, Metallica, Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
All right, man. Metallica, Four Horsemen. The first thing that struck me, the first thing I said when I started playing is like, damn, they're tuned so high. Because all of it. I mean, I tune my shit to C.
Right.
Like everybody does drop tuning or tuning a step or two below E, because who plays an E anymore? It's crazy.
We're a step down of standard, but you know, because you want it to sound thick and heavy, and and like going back and listening to some of the old records and stuff, I'm like, wow, that is really high, because I'd tune my guitar, but it would sound right when I'm playing alone, and then I go to play along to it, and I'm like, whoa, man, I'm like way out of tune, and it's like, check my pedal. No, I'm not, no, they're just really high.
they're tuning the instrument where it's supposed to be tuned.
Right, right.
Whatever.
Yeah, who makes the rules,
No, but it is a great song. I mean, it's kind of just the galloping and the chugging, and
yes.
and like I said before, it's just raw, just a raw, gritty guitar tones.
It's
and,
my favorite song on the album, and one of my favorite songs by them. Period. So.
Yeah, cool, man. I haven't heard that in a long time.
But could you imagine like taking James out to eat? James, how are those fries? Are they good? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, would you like a steak? Ooh. Yeah. Oh, shit. We have fun. You can imagine practice at my place, like crazy.
What, steak and fries?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yum. Ooh.
All right, man. So that was Metallica, Four Horsemen. Next up, Pantera.
Yes.
Pantera. This song is off of the highly underrated, The Great Southern Trendkill. I love
Very
this.
underrated.
Love this album. This song is called Floods. Tell us about this song.
No, it's no secret that I love Pantera, and
Get out.
I know. But it was a hard decision at first, and I thought about it. I'm like, no, because it took me back to the time when, like we had talked about earlier, when I was just walking through the music department of Target, and I looked over and saw it. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know Pantera had an album. Oh, all right, I better snag it. When it came up to Floods, that guitar solo, it's just it's like you could hear his soul in that guitar solo.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing that I like about this whole album, or the thing that my opinion about this album ever since I had it. I think the reason why it's underrated is because after Far Beyond Driven, Phil went completely sideways, and it was just all kinds of problems and whatnot, and even and he was still dealing with all that nonsense,
his demons and his bullshit.
While
doing Down too.
Yeah, while this right, so his attention is divided. He's got all the drugs and the alcohol, all these kind of problems during the recording of this album. And to me, this is the one where Daryl carried the whole fucking project, man.
Yeah.
I mean, his
If
playing,
I'm not mistaken, him and Vinny produced this
his
one as well.
playing and his solos are so nuts on this album.
They are. It's just, I think it's some of Diamond Vinny's best work musically. I think Phil could have done a little more with certain vocal aspects, but then again, when you're emailing, your tracks back and forth, that's going to happen. When the magic in the studio is gone, now you're just holding on to an entity, if you will, of a band, and that's what's sad. And I even though I liked reinventing the steel, I didn't love it, and I could feel when I listened to it, like, geez, these guys they're not together,
Kind of phoning it in.
Yeah.
That one had a lot of really good guitar work on it too.
Yeah, it did. It really did. And loved your cover of Grind That Axe.
It's only Pantera song I can play, so I don't have a solo in it.
Well, whatever. Here's my plug. Merry Christmas.
It is a good song though.
If you ain't checked them out, then you suck.
Thank you very much. Jesus, I need another beer. All right. So while we're getting beer, let's listen to Floods by Pantera. Fire it up. right, man. Floods, Pantera. I love this album. This whole album is awesome.
It is.
I like how this song pretty much this song showcases everything except like just like the balls to the wall aggression that they can do on occasion.
Right.
But I mean, it's got the it's got the heaviness. It's got that really heavy breakdown.
Yeah.
It's just, man, and the guitar solo just it's one of those solos that like gets you right here every time you hear it.
It does. Like I said, it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, man. Just the shit Dime would do is you'll never have another Dime, and that's just how it is.
That's true.
People can play it. I'm not saying that nobody's good enough or as good or can't be, but they don't have what
playing it after the fact and creating its whole
right.
Whole
exactly. Nobody will ever create what he created, or it's just, just don't even try.
So last song on your list, believe it or not, how many episodes have we done here, Gary, so far of this show? Number 29. We've done 29 episodes of this show of 5 songs, and this is
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And this is the first time someone has brought a Slayer song to the table,
which I find completely unbelievable. But in fairness of my musician brethrens and whatever around the tri-state area, that probably think, oh man, everybody's probably got a Slayer tune, because Slayer, it's fucking Slayer,
Right.
But this one, I was never really a big Slayer fan growing up because I wasn't exposed to them, and when I joined Traumatize, we were kicking around, covers and whatever, because we were just buddies hanging out, having beers. It started out with a New Year's Eve party. That's when I met Jeff. Me and Mike were friends, and Jeff's the drummer, and we jammed. Yeah, that sound. That's frequent in my quarters. But it's Pepsi, I swear.
Barley Pop.
Yeah, but Barley Pop, I love it. I'm using that. Thank you. But we just got together. We jammed some tunes, and I started getting into Slayer, and my favorite song was Dead Skin Mask, and I learned how to play it, and it was like one of those things. Oh, you guys want to play? You guys like any Slayer? And they're like, yeah. And we started playing Dead Skin Mask, and it was such a good job at first. Then we were like, all right, let's do our homework on it, and it was in our set for a couple of years now. But it's left its way out for something new. But this song is probably my favorite Slayer tune of all time because I have listened to quite a bit of Slayer. And I like a lot of them. Of course, Raining Blood, everybody loves that one.
I'll tell you what, for my money, I think Hell Awaits is a much better album.
That's what I have on cassette. That was my
if only because it's longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they are like, you had like Show No Mercy, Hell Awaits, Raining Blood, South of Heaven.
South of Heaven's a great album.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is that they are all easily recognizably definitely Slayer.
Right.
But they are all different. They're all like very different albums at the same time.
Yeah.
And they're all very good on like each album on its own is a good album in its own right.
Right.
And which is I think it's kind of remarkable for a band to be able to put distinctly different albums out,
right,
and still have them be like
still have the style, right. And like when you hear Slayer, it's Slayer,
right?
And that's probably the reason why they're still around and kicking ass today, because they have that formula to where they can do whatever they want and still be Slayer,
right,
and still have some success.
All right, man. Well, then, this here is Slayer. This is Dead Skin Mask. Let's have a listen to it.
No, Mr. Geen.
I've waited for you to come. I've been here all along. Now that you've arrived, please stay a while. And I promise I won't keep you long. I'll keep you forever.
dead cold flesh, a beast to me. Provoking images, delicate features so smooth. A pleasant fragrance in the light of the moon. Dance with the dead in my dreams. Listen to the hallowed screams. The dead have taken my soul. Temptations lost all control. Simple smiles elude psychotic eyes. Lose all mind control, rush now decline. Empty eyes enslave the creation of placid faces and lifeless pageants. In the depths of a mind insane, fantasy and reality are the Graze the skin with my fingertip. The brush of dead warm flesh pacifies me. Inside members, ornaments on my feet. Adulating the skin before me. Simple smiles elude psychotic eyes. Lose all mind control, rush now decline. Empty eyes enslave the creation of placid faces and lifeless pageants. Dance with the dead in my dreams. Listen to the hallowed screams. The dead have taken my soul. Temptations lost all control. Dance with the dead in my dreams. Listen to the hallowed screams. The dead have taken my soul. Temptations lost all control.
All right, man. Dead Skin Mask, Slayer. I remember Slayer. I remember the first time I heard that, it was like, this is a pretty good jam, and then that kid's voice at the end of it.
Yeah,
it
it's
just-
actually a friend of his that's doing it. A friend of
Sure.
Tom Morea's that's doing
Okay.
it. You know,
It's just, it was creepy.
But yeah,
No,
oh,
I
man.
remember like back in the day when this came out, like way back in the early '90s. I was living in Saginaw, and it was the first band I was in was a cover band, was a metal cover band called
Oh, right
Senseless
on.
Abuse, and we did this song, and I did vocals.
Oh, cool.
Sang this song.
Right on. Yeah, it's a lot of fun for us, and you know, we're sad to see it out of the set, but we gotta bring new stuff. You know.
Well, yeah, but you know, I just look at it as you got. It's another one you got back from when they clamor for an encore.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Ah, cool, man. All right, so that was your fifth song.
That's my 5. Man.
This has been a pleasure.
It
Thank
has
you so
absolutely
much for coming.
no. Thank you, absolutely. I appreciate it very much. It was an
man.
honor.
All right, this has been another episode of 5 Songs. I'm your host, Kevin Tulppo. My guest has been Joey Bag of Dicks Davis.
You know how it is.
Of Traumatize. And Gary Willibey has been recording us and engineering it and making it sound good, so we sound like we know what we're doing.
Exactly.
When it gets posted tomorrow. Recording here at the Maidstone Theatre
The
in
wonderful
Ypsilanti.
Maidstone Theatre.
Thanks as always to John Archer for letting us do this thing here. All right, man. This is this will wrap it up, and to take you out, we got a track from Joey's band Traumatize. This song is called Traumatize. Check it out, and we'll see you next week. Later. Peace.
To realize it's traumatized. I'm thinking in this way, what you better, what you say, it's a waste of time. In this world you see, fantasy is up to me, all that I need, all that you need. Everything is love, and you do the sin and stuff, that's reality. That's reality. Dreaming of a time when I used to live my life, all that I bleed, all that you bleed. Trying to find my own suicide, there's nothing left to me, nothing left to go. Hero of the something like a living, worse than forgiven, where's beyond forgiven. Don't you be on my own way to hell, there's nothing left to do, nothing left to do. Now that it's finally over, maybe I can still recover, stay away from me. Bang your head until it bleeds, and you'll get just what you need, and you're traumatized. In this world you see, fantasy is up to me, all that I need, all that you need. Everything is false, and you do the sin and stuff, that's reality. That's reality. Dreaming of a time when I used to live my life, all that I bleed, all that you bleed. Trying to find my own suicide, there's nothing left to me, nothing left to go. Something like a living, mercy unforgiven, mercy unforgiven. Don't you be on my own way to hell, there's nothing left to do. Everything is love, and you do the sin and stuff, that's reality. That's reality. Dreaming of a time when I used to live my life, all that I bleed, all that you bleed. Try to find my own suicide, there's nothing left to me, nothing left to you. Something like a living, mercy unforgiven, worthy unforgiven. Don't you be on my own way to hell, there's nothing left to do.
All right, cool. So that was, oh, jeez.
Ooh. Yeah. Yum. Ooh.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That'll get edited out.
Yeah. Yeah.